Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about tariffs, Trump, and charts. There's a chart that's going around about tariffs the U.S. has imposed in the past, and it's prompted some questions. So, we're going to go over what the chart shows and answer some questions, because it doesn't actually show what's being implied when it's shared. If you want to see the chart, there's a link down below. So, the chart itself shows the percentage of U.S. government revenue that tariffs made up historically. The chart starts in 1798, with tariffs basically making up 100% of U.S. government revenue. It generally stays above 80% until the 1860s. You can see a few sharp drops here and there. That's more about the U.S. government getting increased revenue from other sources than lowering tariffs. Remember, the chart is showing percentages. Then there's the big drop in the 1860s, and the percentage raises but never gets back up to the 80% range, instead staying around in the area of 60 to 40%. Then it drops again around 1915. And never gets above 20% after that. Then it just drops in the 1940s, never to get above 5% again. Somehow, this chart is being taken to show that the U.S. could be wealthier if it imposed more tariffs. It kind of shows the opposite. Again, import tariffs are ultimately paid by the citizens of the country imposing them. It raises prices. But we might want to look at the periods of decline in percent. It might give us a little insight. Sure, they drop around periods of war. That charts. During wars, countries find other ways to raise revenue, so it reduces the percentage on the chart being shown. So, what we really need to look at is when it drops and doesn't return to the previous levels. So it starts in the 1860s. The American Civil War. But why doesn't it go back up at that time? What happened during that period afterward? Google American Industrial Revolution, the 1870s. We started to become a wealthy country, and we were industrializing. If you were looking at a chart of U.S. imports, you'd see them slowly start increasing around that point in time. The chart is down below. You see imports start to increase and tariffs start to decline until they finally just die as a source of revenue. Why? Because the U.S. became a wealthier nation. Tariffs died as a source of revenue after World War II when the U.S. became a superpower. Those who chant, "Make America Great Again," normally want things to be like the 1950s. Tariffs were gone by then. Wealthy, powerful countries generally don't use tariffs. Developing weak nations do. Wealthy, powerful nations need imports, and jacking up the price on your citizens just doesn't make sense in a consumer-driven economy. I'll put a link to a chart that shows the poorer the country, the higher their tariffs are down there too. There's no chart that will show widespread tariffs as a good thing for the U.S. because we're developed past the point where they can be helpful. Tariffs won't make America great. It'll make the working class poor because that is who's going to pay for it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.